Hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, as always. I hope this finds you well, with all my heart, I hope. Pamela coming here today to discuss the crazy that it takes to be a business owner. It's not for the faint of heart, and any business owner knows that in order to be a business owner, it takes a special kind of personality to do what most aren't commonly doing. There's just nothing common about a business owner. We're a special kind of weird. And I, first off, congratulate your weirdness, because thank goodness that there are different people like myself and others that I am constantly working with that get that understand each other, that understand that it is a different, unique type of person to want to offer and become a business owner and delve into all of what it takes to be that business owner. And as a business owner, of course, besides just leadership and multitasking and prioritizing and all the qualities that it takes, it also requires that we delegate. And in delegating, we have to count on the people that we're delegating critical components of our work too. And in order to be a business owner, that means there's logistics that generally that owner is not very skilled at. Whether it be accounting in and of itself and bookkeeping, maybe it's insurance or the logistics of the legal contracts and things that maybe your business needs, or in my case, payment processing. And so what I recognize specifically in regards to payments is that majority of businesses are receiving their money by utilizing a payment processor. Yet oftentimes getting and setting up their payments is an afterthought. So I know many different business owners who, for instance, are using their bank or a popular name that they've heard so much about because they didn't know who else to lean on and they don't know who else to trust. And so in that vein, I want to encourage and invite you to look at your merchant statements. Merchant statements are very informative, and they're also not always easy to review or to, I would even say, decode, because some merchant statements are actually challenging to read for a business owner, especially one that, again, isn't versed in merchant services. So all payment processors will, although some are obviously better at it than others, I'm just not going to link us all together, but I do believe I'm not the only one. They offer free audits of your merchant services statement. And in that merchant statement, there is a lot of very important critical components that decipher your business. Those being what your pricing model is, what your rate is, if you're interchange pricing plus. The interchange part might fluctuate, but the rate itself that you build on top of that is supposed to be stagnant. There's also, of course, there's single rate, flat rate pricing, which is known for many merchant aggregators. Whole different conversation, but check out my videos on merchant aggregators. The other thing is, of course, tiered pricing, and a lot of banks and credit unions use tiered pricing. And so understanding your pricing method and how you're billed is important to deciphering what might be in your best interest, especially as your business expands and grows. The other thing that merchant statements are very good to discover is if you've had a rate that you were promised and there have been rate creeps. Now, a lot of processors do rate creeps. Now, specifically when it comes to rate creeps, that people need to understand is if they were in contract with this particular processor or any processor, contracts do not negate your rate going up. And it's a misnomer, but a lot of business owners believe that they sign a contract so that they can have a certain rate stuck to them. And really the only requirement from a merchant provider is to notify the merchant in the merchant statements that the next month that their rates are going up. And so they know, they're almost counting on the fact that you're not looking at your merchant statement. And the majority of business owners don't look at their merchant statement. They don't even know what their rate is. They Many don't know what their pricing model is, some do. And of course, there's all types, right? Some are a lot more educated on these different logistics than others, but I implore you to find a provider. If I can be one, great. If you know of one you trust, that's also wonderful, because again, I don't feel like I'm the only one that can do this business. But I do recognize that having someone that actually does care to educate you matters. And lastly, understanding too that, when you really get an eye on what you don't know and spotlight the information you don't know, yes, that's uncomfortable, but it's more uncomfortable to keep focusing your efforts on building your business when you don't even realize there's leaks in your payments that, are somewhat negating your success. And so the more you make sure and analyze this, the more that your focus actually will help flourish your success and build your success even greater. And again, technology is constantly changing. And so I imagine as a business owner, you're too busy learning your own business to understand and learn payments. Like you, as everyone should, needs to lean on the people that know what they do best. It's actually in the Richest Man of Babylon. One of the biggest parables is the fact that you're not going to go to a keysmith to learn about diamonds, and you're not going to go to the diamond expert to learn anything or to get assistance with your locks and keys. And so the same thing is true when it comes to the payment processing industry, and every industry, is you should go with someone that actually knows the industry. And in doing that too, that person hopefully is getting continued education, because in the case of merchant services, technology changing is a constant. There's never a time when your iPhone 12 is going to be the best iPhone, when they keep coming out with the new updated versions year after year. And the new technology adds convenience to you. It may allow for streamlining your staff's time or your time. And again, all the different benefits of the different pricing structures, those can be a game changer as well. And so I want to make sure people understand that these components matter. And us payment processors will give you an analysis for free, so it's no charge. If you can't get your merchant statement or having troubles getting your merchant statement, I would have you consider that is another lack of the service that you're being provided, because all statements should be easily accessible, and they should want you to look at that. So, what are they hiding if that's the case as well? So my name is Pamela, as I mentioned. My email is pamelaismypartner@gmail.com. And I would love to be an asset for you. And if nothing else, just making sure that the processor that you do have is a good fit. And if it's not, then we can talk about maybe how I could better that situation as well. So I hope this finds you well. Thank you for listening to the end. And if there's anything I can do to answer any questions you have about the industry, or any topic that relates to Visa and MasterCard, even if it's about the settlement, I'm happy to help in that regard too. So DM me or comment or email me at pamelaismypartner@gmail.com. And until next time, I hope this finds you again enjoying the rest of your day, and we'll talk again. Thanks for listening. Have a good one. Bye-bye.